Thank you, Jim, and thank you to everyone. It's great to be here with you today. Thank you for the nice, warm welcome. I'm going to have Andy come up here and join me as well. I'll talk through some of the specifications and the details about the machine. I'm very pleased to introduce to you the Horsch Avatar 40 SD. This is a 10-inch drill on a single rank design. So each opener is going through the field at the same time, eliminating any stepping or ridging, allowing for that precise seed placement. Little background on Horsch. When we design a machine, we have three principles in mind. They need to be robust, they need to be precise, and they need to be simple and intuitive to use and intuitive to work on. Couple key features I'll point out are large diameter transport tires. That allows us good stability through the field, as well as high speed and stable transport on the road. When we're going through the field, I'd invite each one of you to come up here later and take a look at our lift mechanism underneath. When we're going through the field, we actually take the weight off of those transport tires and transport the weight from our chassis back to the toolbar, where we can use that to stabilize the row unit. On the chassis itself, two individual seed boxes, or two individual product boxes. Each one at 83 bushel capacity, allows you versatility, as each one of them has an electric drive meter underneath it. You can apply one product coming out of both tanks simultaneously. You can apply two different products in tandem. So if you want to do fertilization work while you're seeding, if you want to apply two different cover crops of different seed types, different seed sizes and densities, it allows you to do that without fear of segregation or separation in the seed tank. So if you have a small, fluffier seed at a much lower rate, or a very small seed like a rape or a canola, coupled with a carrier of larger volume, larger size like oats and rye, we can do that, set the rates independent of one another, and be confident that you're getting that uniform coverage through the field. I'd like to invite Andy up here to give a few words about what they've done with this machine on their farm and the experience they've had here through the season.
Yeah, so they asked me to give me my experience. I just want to start by maybe talking a little bit through our decision to look at this drill when we were considering the purchase of a drill. We had a John Deere 1890 dual rank machine. We were happy with that machine. It did everything we wanted it to do. I did not need a 40-foot toolbar to plant the number of soybeans that we plant. We didn't need it to plant the other things that we do. But when it came to the fall, and with the goal of covering all of our ground with cover crops in a timely manner, in a time of year that I don't have enough help, and I don't have enough time, we needed the most capacity we could get. So that is the reason we looked at a larger tool than a 30-foot machine. We started looking at 40-foot machines. Most other companies did not offer the road transport that this machine does in that size toolbar. I can go down the road the same width. Honestly, I think it's a tad narrower than my tractor. That is huge in the world that we farm in. Road transport, safety. I don't want to have to worry about who's pulling this machine because they're not competent in taking this thing down the road. Another thing that sold me on this machine over the competitors was the fact that it has the dual tanks. I like flexibility. I can carry two different products. I can choose when I plant them, and I don't have to clean the drill out every time I go from one to the other. Case in point, I planted this spring. We were planting milo with it. I had a neighbor that asked me to plant some switchgrass right next to where we were. We were 10 miles from home. I had one in one tank, one in the other. Didn't have to clean out. We just switched right back and forth and away we went. Didn't stop me from doing anything. Just turned the one meter on and the other one off. It can plant high rates, high volumes, and it can plant very small volumes. We were planting 6 pounds of switchgrass, and it did a beautiful job. So it can do everything. It gives a lot of flexibility there. Another thing is I like the simplicity of it. I love the idea that every single one of these row units is in a row. I understand we had to go from 7.5 to 10 inch to get there, but I'm 43 years old. I'm not getting any younger. I hated crawling over the front rank to make any adjustments to my dual rank machine. I would slip and fall, and I'd have gashes here, there, and everywhere. When it came time to make an adjustment to depth, oftentimes that decision was influenced by the fact of whether or not you wanted to crawl over the machine to make your adjustment. And I didn't want to have any employee or myself influenced by that. I wanted them to make the correct decision for the field condition that we were in. So I guess those are my experiences. I feel this tool gives me tons of flexibility. Honestly, Horsch makes a drill in Europe. It's the same thing, but they put 3 and 4 tanks on it. I wish I could have bought that machine. I just love those flexible options. I don't know why they don't make it for us here in the States. I guess not enough people are asking for it, but that's my experience.
One question for you, Andy. How much time did you spend greasing the machine?
Very little. I mean, there's no grease points on the units themselves. There's a couple. I think there's 6, 8, or 10. I don't know how many.
10 on the entire machine.
10 on the entire machine. One of them's on the jack. Yeah, very little, and I think they're 50-hour greasings, I believe. So once a week, possibly, maybe a little less.
We can also adjust the pitch of these closing wheels back here for different conditions in the field. So it gives you a little bit more flexibility, as Andy was talking to.
We planted through headed out rye, and well,
Everything we planted with it was through a green cover. Some of the covers were almost as tall as I was. Most of them were about waist high, but it will plant through a fair amount of residue.
Can it operate as a dual hybrid prescriptive planting type of deal? Like if you have dual hybrid soybeans you want or something?
Excellent question. If you want to variable rate and or have dual hybrid wheat or dual hybrid soybeans or any, plant 2 different crops in the same field in a different management zone. Absolutely. So our ISOBUS system works seamlessly with any ISOBUS system that you might have on your tractors. Has to be ISOBUS. So if you are running a John Deere tractor, a Fendt tractor, any other ISOBUS display, our system will populate that display. We then take command from your task control or from your controller. You have a prescription put in, you want hybrid A or variety A in this area of the field, you want variety B in another area of the field. As you transition through those zones, your task control tells our control system to shut off meter A and turn on meter B. So yes, it's another level of versatility that you can achieve if you so choose.
Again, flexibility is what we were looking for. I didn't want a tool that was one color behind me that dictated what I was pulling it with. I've pulled this with the New Holland that we have and the Fendt. It's seamless, plug and play. I actually run the drill with a John Deere screen, a 2630. I have a 2630 John Deere screen in my Fendt or my New Holland tractor, running my Horsch drill, and nothing stops me from running. So one of those goes down. As long as I have an ISO tractor, I can keep running.
Another point that I'll point out here on our machine is when we design this, we run this through a series of tests for our meter, I guess, to keep our meter full for rate, accurate rate. So we test these machines to where we'll tilt them 20 degrees to the left, the right, the front, or the back for a positive sump drain. Keeping that meter full is what makes your rate hit where you want it. So with your terrain out here, these tanks, the way they're designed is going to help you achieve your accurate rate because they're going to completely drain out all the time.